Hey everyone, welcome back to Light Inside Me. Today, we're diving into a topic that's easy to ignore but deeply impactful. Self-deception? That's right, we're talking about the subtle, often hidden ways we lie to ourselves, and how those lies quietly shape our lives. Ever catch yourself repeating the same mistakes, or feeling stuck without knowing why? There's a reason, and today, we'll take a closer look at what I like to call the brain's BS detector and how to upgrade it. We'll break down the psychology behind self-deception, share real-life examples, and walk through practical ways to become more self-aware and honest with ourselves. This isn't just another self-help talk, it's a powerful part of our ongoing self-development series. If you're new here or missed the earlier episodes, don't worry, you'll find the full playlist at the end of this video. These lessons are more than just information, they're a mindset, a daily practice for living with clarity and purpose. So if you're enjoying this series, be sure to subscribe, and drop a keep it up in the comments to let me know you're on this journey too. Let's get into it. Lesson 1. Self-deception is our enemy. Detector. Yeah, your brain forgot to install it. All right, folks. Let's have a serious talk about something that's more common than the common cold self-deception. Now, we're not just talking about those little white lies you whisper to yourself like, I'll totally start my diet tomorrow. We're talking about something far deeper, the unconscious ways we twist reality, all to protect our ego, avoid discomfort, and cling to a false sense of control. The master illusionist, your own mind. Your brain. It's a master illusionist. It constantly weaves stories. It filters facts, and bends logic to match your beliefs even if they're flawed. It's like having your own personal PR agent working overtime, spinning every situation to make you look good even when you're not. As Nietzsche put it, we lie loudest when we lie to ourselves. Self-deception is the most dangerous kind because you don't even realize it's happening. The hidden cost of lying to yourself. At first glance, self-deception seems harmless, maybe even helpful. It protects your self-esteem and softens life's blows. But over time, it becomes poison. Here's what it slowly destroys. Growth. You cling to old beliefs, repeat toxic patterns, and avoid change. You stay stuck, convinced your comfort zone is fine. Opportunities. You convince yourself you're not good enough or ready. So you don't try, you settle, you miss out. Relationships. When you lie to yourself, you start lying to others. You avoid hard truths, bottle up feelings, and erode trust. Show peace of mind. Self-deception creates internal conflict. You say one thing, but feel another, and that gap breeds anxiety. To confusion and unease. So how do you upgrade your BS detector? Here's how you break the spell. Self-awareness. Start noticing your blind spots. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself and the excuses you hide behind. Radical honesty. Be brutally honest, especially with yourself. Ask the uncomfortable questions. Face the fear, as Cheryl Strayed said. The truth will set you free but first, it will piss you off. Seek feedback. Find people you trust. Ask them how they really see you. They'll reveal what you can't or won't see on your own. Embrace discomfort. Growth doesn't feel good at first, but leaning into discomfort is where change happens. The only way out is through. Real-life Stoic in action. The procrastinator. Instead of saying later, they admit the fear and act anyway. The unhappy spouse. Instead of pretending everything's fine, they start the hard conversation. The addict. Instead of denial, they seek help. They face the truth. And take the first step. The bottom line. Self-deception is part of being human, but it's not a life sentence. By choosing awareness, honesty, and feedback, and discomfort, you can break the illusion, you can live with clarity, is purpose, and integrity, as Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious. It will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Lesson 2. The present is all we possess. And make the most of it. You won't get it back. All right, folks. Let's have a real moment together, not about clocks or calendars, but about time in its deepest sense. We're talking about the fleeting nature of life, the preciousness of this very moment, and the quiet truth that now is all we ever truly own. The illusion of time. Most of us live caught in a kind of time warp. We replay the past, reliving regrets, rethinking old conversations, or we jump ahead, imagining all the things that might go wrong tomorrow, is next week, next year. But here's the truth. The past is gone. The future hasn't arrived. And the only moment we actually have is this one. As Eckhart Tolle said, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. The Stoic time hack. The ancient Stoics were experts at this. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, they understood that time is life, and every moment wasted is a moment never regained. They didn't just talk about it, they lived it. Marcus said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. So how do we follow their lead? How do we reclaim the present and live like it matters? How to return to the now? Practice mindfulness. It's the art of paying full attention without judgment. Whether you're washing dishes, talking to a friend, or simply breathing. Be there. The more present you are, the less power your regrets and worries will have over you. Cultivate gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's missing to what is. When we appreciate what we have, the present becomes enough. As the saying goes, gratitude turns what we have into enough. 3. Act with purpose. Don't let life happen to you, show up for it. Set goals. Follow your passions and use your time with intention. Aristotle said it best. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Embrace impermanence. Everything is temporary, our relationships, our health, even this moment. When we stop resisting change, we begin to cherish the now. Impermanence doesn't have to be sad. It can wake us up. Real-world reflections. The regretful retiree. Instead of mourning missed chances, they choose to savor what's still possible time with loved ones. New hobbies. Fresh beginnings. The anxious student. Rather than drowning in fear of the future, they focus on the task at hand. Studying well, learning deeply. Showing up fully. The grieving parent. Instead of clinging to loss, they honor their child's memory through purposeful living, carrying their love forward into each new day. The bottom line. The present is all we have. It's where life actually happens. And if we're not careful, we'll miss it chasing ghosts of the past or shadows of the future. So breathe. Pay attention. Be grateful. Act with purpose. And remember, this moment right now is your one wild and precious life. As Mary Oliver asked, tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Life lesson 3. It's not the thing, it's what we make of it. How perception quietly shapes everything. Let's take a quiet moment to explore something simple, yet powerful. It's not what happens to us that defines our lives. It's what we tell ourselves about it. It's not the thing itself. It's what we make of it. The mind's filter. Reality isn't fixed. It's not just made of facts and figures. It's shaped by how we see, feel, and interpret what happens. Think of your mind like a prism. or lens, when light passes through it, it doesn't stay the same, it bends, refracts, and turns into color. That's how perception works. An event enters our lives, and our thoughts, past experiences, fears, and hopes reshape it. Two people can go through the same moment and walk away with completely different stories. As Epictetus said, it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. It's not the traffic jam. It's the belief that your day is ruined. It's not the silence from a friend. It's the story you tell yourself about what it means. The gentle power of perception. The way we perceive shapes the way we live. If we see through the lens of fear, we'll feel unsafe. If we focus on lack, we'll always feel behind. But if we choose to look through a lens of curiosity, of hope, of gratitude, then even ordinary moments begin to feel like gifts. Psychologist William James once said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." And that begins with simple, daily choices. Quiet shifts in perspective. Gently question your beliefs. Sometimes we accept our thoughts without asking where they come from. Are they really true? Or are they old stories we've repeated too often? Reframe the moment. Not everything is good, but good can be found in everything. Try to ask, what is this moment trying to teach me? Practice daily gratitude. Take a breath. Notice one thing, just one, that's good, no matter how small. Gratitude slowly shifts your lens from what's missing to what's already here. Nurture a quiet optimism. Optimism isn't pretending everything's okay. It's choosing to believe that even when things are hard, you'll find your way through. Surround yourself with light. The people around us shape our energy. Spend time with those who lift you, support you, and remind you of your strength. Real-life reflections. Losing a job. Instead of feeling like a failure, you might begin to see it as space to find something more meaningful, more aligned with who you are. A breakup. Rather than feeling abandoned, you might begin to view it as a return to yourself, a time to heal and rediscover your worth. At a health diagnosis. Instead of fear, perhaps it awakens clarity, a call to care more deeply for your body, and to honor each day as sacred. The quiet truth. In the end, we can't control everything that happens, but we can choose how we meet it. We can learn to soften our gaze, to shift our story, to meet life with gentleness and wisdom. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Maya Angelou. It's not the thing, it's what we make of it. Lesson 4. The strong accept responsibility. Your guide to mature living and real ownership. Let's have a real conversation about responsibility. Not just the surface level stuff like doing your laundry or paying your bills. Though those matter too, we're talking about something deeper. The kind of responsibility that defines a truly mature adult. The responsibility for your life, your choices, and everything that comes with them. The blame trap. It's easy to shift the blame when things go wrong. To fault our parents, partners, bosses, the system, or even fate itself. But blaming doesn't solve anything. It only traps us in a mindset of helplessness and bitterness. Jean-Paul Sartre once said, "Man is condemned to be free." In other words, once we're thrown into the world, we are fully responsible for everything we do. Freedom isn't just a privilege. It comes with the weight of accountability. Real power comes from ownership. Owning your life isn't about feeling guilty or blaming yourself. It's about stepping into your power. When you accept responsibility, you gain the ability to shape your future. Learn from your failures and make meaningful changes. Psychologist Jordan Peterson puts it this way. To stand up straight with your shoulders back is to accept the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. It's about courage, about choosing to bring order to the chaos and meaning to the mess. So, how do we practice this kind of responsibility? Recognize your role. When something goes wrong, resist the urge to deflect. Ask yourself, what part did I play in this? Or what could I have done differently? Learn from mistakes. Everyone messes up. What separates the strong from the weak is how they respond. The strong take responsibility. Make amends and keep moving forward. The weak stay stuck in blame and self-pity. Shift to solutions. Don't dwell on the problem, solve it. Ask yourself, what can I do to improve this? What steps can I take to prevent it from happening again? Take real action. Words are cheap. True responsibility means doing the hard work. Fix what you can. Repair what you've broken. And take the next step with intention. Build accountability. Surround yourself with people who will challenge you to grow. Friends, mentors, therapists, or coaches. Accountability keeps us honest and moving forward. Real-world examples. The failed project. Instead of blaming coworkers or circumstances, the project lead accepts the failure, reflects on what went wrong, and creates a new system to ensure success next time. The broken relationship. Rather than blaming their ex, the individual reflects on their own behaviors. Seeks therapy and works to become a better partner in the future. The financial setback. Instead of blaming the economy or their employer, the person takes responsibility for their past financial habits. Builds a budget and commits to learning better money management. The bottom line. Taking responsibility is hard. It demands honesty, humility, and the courage to face our flaws. But it's also deeply liberating. When we stop blaming and start owning our lives, we reclaim our power. We step into a future that we actively shape one decision, one action, one choice at a time. As Friedrich Nietzsche put it, he who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Never complain, never explain, and embrace the calm within. Let's take a moment to talk about something subtle but powerful. The art of not complaining and the strength in not over-explaining. We're not talking about real issues or meaningful feedback, those matter. What we're diving into is the habitual complaining, the endless venting, and that compulsive urge to justify ourselves to others. It's a pattern that drains your energy, clouds your clarity, and ultimately keeps you stuck at the spread of complaint. Complaining is contagious. It infects conversations, minds, even moods. It pulls your attention toward everything that's wrong: your job, your relationships, your circumstances. The more you complain, the more problems seem to grow. Seneca put it best: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. In other words, our focus on grievances often makes things worse than they actually are. The trap of over-explaining. The need to explain ourselves usually comes from a desire for validation. We want others to understand why we did what we did, or to approve of our choices. But here's the truth. You don't need anyone's permission to live your life. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. By constantly explaining ourselves, we're giving others power they shouldn't have. The Stoic approach. The Stoics had a radical idea. Don't complain. Don't explain. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus believed that our strength lies in focusing only on what we can control: our thoughts, our behavior, and our character. Marcus put it simply: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So how do we put this into practice? Practical mindset shifts. Focus on solutions. Don't dwell on the issue, look for the next step. Ask, what can I do right now to improve this situation? Practice gratitude. Instead of obsessing over what's missing, appreciate what you already have: your health, Uh, your people, your opportunities. Watch your words. Your words shape your mindset. Choose language that uplifts, encourages, and reinforces growth. Take meaningful action. Don't just talk about what needs to be done. Act. Improve your environment, your relationships, your mindset step by step. Let go of the need for approval. You don't need everyone to understand you. What matters is that you live according to your values and purpose. Real-life applications. In the workplace, instead of gossiping or dwelling on inefficiencies, become the person who brings clarity and solutions. On social media, instead of ranting, use your voice to uplift, to serve, to build when self-doubt hits. Don't seek applause, as in focus on real growth, quiet, grounded, authentic progress. The bottom line, complaining and explaining are habits that rob you of energy and peace. But you can break free. You can choose clarity over chaos, gratitude over grievance, action over excuses. Live with strength, speak with intention, move with purpose. As the old saying goes, don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. You choose the outcome. Life isn't a coin toss. Let's have a real conversation, not about wins or losses, but about something deeper. The direction of your life, your relationships, your growth, your mindset. Because here's the truth. You're not just a passenger in this ride, you're at the wheel. Too many people live like life is a coin flip. Like fate is calling the shots. But you have more power than you think. Do not drop the victim mentality. It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like life is happening to you. Like you're just reacting to the economy, to other people, to what the world throws your way. But that mindset, it's poison. Yes, there are things we can't control, the weather, or world events, other people's actions. But even in chaos, one thing is always within your grasp. Your response, your interpretation. Your next move. As Viktor Frankl put it, everything can be taken from a man but one thing. The last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. That's not just a quote, that's your anchor. The power of agency. Agency is your ability to act with intention. To decide. To choose. To change. It's the opposite of helplessness. When you tap into it, you stop being a passive observer and start shaping your life from the inside out. Albert Bandura said, "People's beliefs about their abilities have a profound effect on those abilities. What you believe about yourself becomes the ceiling of your actions." Raise the belief, and you raise the limit. So how do we take control of our outcomes? Let's break it down. Get clear. What kind of life do you want to build? What do you value? Define it. Write it down. Clarity gives direction, and direction gives meaning. Take action. Stop waiting for the perfect time. It doesn't exist. Begin. Even if the step is small, momentum is built, not found. Learn from setbacks. Mistakes are data. Use them. As Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Resilience grows through reflection. Face challenges head on. Obstacles aren't blocks, they're shaping tools. Every challenge is an invitation to level up, expand, evolve. Don't run, lean in. Build a growth mindset. Believe that you can get better. That effort compounds. That intelligence and skill are trainable. Because when you believe growth is possible, your actions follow. Real life reflections. The entrepreneur. They don't crumble when the business hits a wall. They adapt. They pivot. They keep building The student. They don't let a tough subject define them. They ask questions, stay curious, and keep grinding until it clicks. The athlete. Even when injured, they show up physically, mentally. They recover, train smart, and come back stronger than before. The bottom line, you are not a spectator in your life. You are the author, the director, the sculptor of your own story. Stop waiting. Choose the outcome. Decide what matters. Act with purpose. Stay flexible and own your power to shape the path ahead. As Jean-Paul Sartre said, life is not what one lived, but what one remembers and how one remembers it in order to recount it. So write a story worth telling with your hands on the pen.